What's going on, guys? Real quick, if you want coaching with me, just go in the description box down below or head to masculineenergy.net//coaching. masculineenergy.net/coaching. That will get you coaching with me. Some people don't know where to look, so they email me all the time. So it's a lot easier for me just to make a real quick intro video telling you where to go. Thanks. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I don't have the ring light on this time. It's bright and I'm tired and I really don't feel like making a video, but I'm doing it anyway because why not? There are days even where I don't feel like doing work. Probably 300 days of the year I'm like, 300 days of the year I'm cool, and the rest of the days I'm like, the ring light is just bright and I just don't feel like looking at it. But as long as you guys can see me and hear the message, this is cool. So this is going to be called The Benefits of Letting Go, which is actually the name of the chapter. I'll probably call this video something else so you guys click on it. But I want you guys to actually take this in and use this to help you with your breakups, business decisions, relationships, friendships, whatever it is that you want to work on, because this is huge. Okay, huge. Emotional growth is one of the benefits to letting go, and this is something you guys need to hear. Because I know that sounds like a very general thing to say, oh, you're going to emotionally grow, but I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it brings people back to you. I'll tell you why it brings more power into your life when you let go. And there's actually a good little story in here that Mr. Hawkins uses to illustrate how you can use this in your life and sort of how it will transform things. And then I will add a little bit more to it as at the end of it, so you guys can understand. I'm not going to read a lot of it because I don't want to make a 30-minute video today. So check it out. So it starts with, the most obvious and visible effect of letting go and negative feelings is a resumption of emotional and psychological growth and the solving of problems which have often been long-standing. Because a lot of people hold on to issues for far too long, way too long. Some people hold on to things from their childhood. A lot of people actually do. A lot of people hold on to their first heartbreak and how it made them feel. So they're like, I don't really want to open up to somebody because they're just going to hurt me. Letting go of all of these things will open your heart back up to experience that life as it's supposed to be. There is pleasure and satisfaction as we begin to experience the powerful effects of eliminating the blocks to achievement and satisfaction in life. We soon discover that the limiting thoughts and negative beliefs which we had natively held to be true were all merely the result of accumulated negative feelings. Remember that. Accumulated negative feelings. If you had a relationship that didn't work out and you have this story going on in your head that you are a certain way, or everybody you meet is going to be a certain... See, again, what are you telling yourself? Your thoughts and your emotions are tied together. Your thoughts will dissipate and not feel so consuming when you've dealt with the emotions, which is why letting go is so important. This is why, look, if anybody of you have been in a relationship, do you remember how bad it hurt at the beginning? Now, most people have been suppressing for so long that they actually haven't dealt with the emotion and let go of the emotion. They have simply just suppressed it so deep and thoroughly that they're like, okay, I don't feel it anymore like I used to, but you're still acting in a way as if you're hurt, right? A lot of people do that. When the feeling is let go, then the thought pattern changes from I can't to I can, and I'm happy to do it. A lot of people will actually say to me, I'm not ready to date, Kyle. I'm not ready to go out there. I'm not ready to talk to people, because I will tell guys to go out into the world again. And they're like, I'm not ready to date. I'm like, no, I didn't tell you to date. I'm not telling you to date anybody. That's how every relationship starts, though. So if you're going to go out there, you should be working on your emotions, first of all. The reason why, whoever you meet is going to be much more attracted to you, and that's going to make you feel better. See, a lot of guys want to, go sleep around after a relationship ends because they're like, oh, like it makes me feel better. But you're not dealing with the actual emotion. You're covering it up, right? You're covering it up with that person's attention. It makes you feel good. Just let it go, right? See, a lot of people strong people develop the muscle to let go easily, because the correlation goes, if that person does not want to be in my life, I'm not going to stop them. That is a muscle. You get good at that. You also get good at doing that when you become stronger yourself. When you become more sure of yourself and more confident in yourself, you can actually get pretty good at just doing that alone. you're going to start, again, this says you go from I can't and you'll move into I can and I will and I want to. That happens over time. That happens as you start letting go and you stop. See, there becomes this point where you go, I'm not going to be a slave to this breakup anymore. You choose to do that. You just don't actively. So you can actually choose to start doing that yourself. That's why they say time heals all wounds, but most people just suppress it. But over time, you're going to start doing this. You're going to start going, okay, I don't want to think about this anymore. I don't want it to hurt me anymore. I don't want it to, keep me enslaved. And you make that choice, and then you go back out there and things start working out again for you. You'll meet another person. But again, if you're not dealing with the issue, that next relationship is not going to be set up for success. Okay? You have to deal with your emotional problems. You have to focus on bringing your best self to the next relationship. Don't, what a lot of people do? They treat their girlfriends or boyfriends like you need to be my therapist. You need to solve my problems. You need to, and people no, your partner is not supposed to solve your fucking problems individually. They can help you. They can help you through the emotional process if they choose to, but you shouldn't put them in a position to do that. Because if they don't want to, now they feel guilty. If you have depression, anxiety, you have issues going on in your life, and you're in a relationship, it is your problem to solve. It is your problem to solve. You shouldn't be looking for your partner to solve your fucking problems. If you are like that, you need to reframe how you think about everything and go back into your individual self and go, okay, am I doing that? Am I, right? Go back and look. It's painful to look. It is. Do it anyway. You're not going to die, okay? Entire areas of life can open up. What used to be an awkward or unexpressed, what used to be awkward and unexpressed can become effortless and joyously alive. Illustrative of this progression is the experience of an intelligent, successful, middle-aged professional man who all his life had been unable to dance. He wanted to dance in the worst way and several times during his life had attended dancing classes. But each time he found himself to be stiff, awkward, and self-conscious. How many of you are like that? Stiff, awkward, and self-conscious around other people maybe, right? Around certain skills you do because you're unsure of yourself. By sheer willpower, he did manage at times to go through the motions on the dance floor, but never enjoyed it and always felt ill at ease. His movements felt stiff and calculated, and the whole experience was lacking in satisfaction, doing nothing for his self-esteem. About a year of working on the mechanism of surrender, he was at a party with someone who kept insisting he get up and dance. "You know I can't dance," he said. "Ah, come and try it," she entreated. She persisted and said, "Forget about your feet. Just watch me and do what my body does." Reluctantly, he agreed, and he kept letting go of his feelings and resistance to anxiety. On the dance floor, he let go completely. In an instant, his inner feelings ascended the scale from apathy to love. And that is how you guys have to start thinking of this, moving up the scale, right? Apathy, despair, fear, grief, and go up into the blue, from red to blue, okay? For anybody who doesn't know what that means, right? It's just this chart here, okay? So I just want you to see the colors because they get all butthurt if you show that online. So anyway, red, right? Apathy, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, and pride. Those are the red emotions, and the blue emotions. Sorry, okay, here's the entire chart from bottom to top. Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. And then this is when the negative emotions end and the positive begins. Courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. So he went from apathy to love. We spend a lot of our time in the red. When life isn't working out the way you thought it would, when you have a problem with life, when you're not happy, you're in the red. And to get out of red, you have to start going up into at least courage. Now, your goal And again, you can't get attached to this, but you have to at least have an idea of where you want to go, is to be enlightened, or in the Sedona method, the I means imperturbable. Imperturbable, that is actually in this book, okay? The Sedona method. So these two books, Letting Go and the Sedona method, you guys have to pick them both up. But imperturbable means nothing bothers you. You're unmovable, you're unshakable, you're right. That is when you're 100%, you know, cool. Everything's good. That's a goal to get to. And I just tell you guys to start out at live 80% in the blue and 20% in the red, and then slowly get that up to 90-10, 95-5, 99-1, right? And then you're imperturbable. But this is difficult, and this is actually can take a lifetime to achieve. And that's not a problem. It's just, you know, have that goal. But a lot of people are conditioned in society right now to have things now fast, quick, because of our fucking cell phones and shit, right? I can literally shoot this video, edit it, and upload it within 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So if I wanted to, I could come out with 12 videos a day, right? It's just that technology, it's great that we have that now, but it's like where's it's almost like there's an aggressiveness that you can have, and then a passive, calm, relax, slow down state. And aggression can work very well to get things moving, create momentum. But you can't fight biology. You have to relax sometimes and just recoup and chill. I didn't mean change, I meant chill. So that you can gather your thoughts for a little while and then explode again. And the next time you go into your aggressive state, you have a more collected and calm thought process. And that's what I try to do, right? And I'm kind of going through a bit of a calm right now, trying to, you know, catch up on sleep, relax, right? On the dance floor, he let go completely. And in an instant, his inner feelings ascended the scale. Oh, sorry, I skipped one part. I'm going to go back a little bit. Forget about your feet. Just watch me and do what my body does. Reluctantly, he agreed, and he kept letting go of his feelings of resistance and anxiety. Remember those two words, resistance and anxiety. Okay? On the dance floor, he let go completely. In an instant, his inner feelings ascended the scale from apathy to love, and to his amazement, he suddenly began to dance like he always dreamed of and envied. The realization of I can do it hit him, and he went from love to joy and even to ecstasy. His delight radiated to everyone. Friends stopped to watch. From a state of high joy, he suddenly went into the experience of oneness with his dance partner. He suddenly saw his own self looking out of her eyes and realized that there was actually only one self behind all of the individual selves. He and she became telepathically connected. He knew her every step a split second before she took it. They were in perfect harmony. Remember that word, harmony, okay? And danced as they had been practiced and danced together for years. He could hardly contain his joy. That's what, like, you guys will feel that same way when you're connected to a woman sometimes. Not even through the act of an action like dancing. Sometimes just being around somebody else can make you feel like this. So when somebody that leaves your life, you're wondering, you're left holding all the pieces, and you're spending 100% of your days in the red, right? Again, awareness precedes change. If you want to change your life, you need to be aware of, and this will make you very aware. Then step 2 is obviously fixing the problem. But the main thing that I see people have an issue with is they ask, I feel like this, how do I get over here? And they're concerned with the past or the future. Okay? They're so worried about what happened in the past and look at what I've done. I fucked up so bad. Oh my God, she'll never come back. And I'm like, okay, but you don't know that, right? And they're so because they look back and they see all these videos and they're like, I've made so many mistakes, and they get mad at themselves, which just brings their vibration lower. The point is, if you want someone to come back to you, you don't want them to come back to you in a shitty, negative, low vibe state. This is why working on yourself is so important. Because on a spiritual level, I'll show you again with the map. When you guys look at this, see, when you guys first got together, she assumed you were going to be at least green and blue until she got to know you. And then, you know, a lot of guys get complacent and insecure, and then she realizes you're in the fucking red. Okay? And when you're in the red all the time, why would a woman want to be around you? It makes 0 sense. Right? I'm talking to the fellas because I coach guys, but if you guys learn to lead properly and you guys learn to get up into blue, right, all the time, your relationships are going to be fine. Yeah, you probably have to learn some game. You probably have to learn a little bit about, you know, how to interpersonal and you know, relationship dynamics, but most of it will be taken care of here because emotionally you're okay. So it's important for you guys because you guys want a relationship to work out, but you are not working as an individual. Okay, your life is a mess. A lot of people who come to me have messy lives. They have no purpose, no reason to get up in the morning, right? Many are lazy. You know, they're using their relationship as a meaning. It gives their life meaning. No woman wants to be around a guy whose his entire meaning is his woman. A woman's and the same goes the other way around, except women love to be around very driven, ambitious, strong men, and they will actually make their man a huge focus. In doing so, you create this harmony in your relationship. And when that happens, everything just flows. It works perfectly fine. And the masculine energy and the feminine energy come together and they work. They just work. He could hardly contain his joy. The dancing became effortless and began to happen, and it began to happen of its own, without any conscious thought on his part. The longer they danced, the more energy he felt. It was a peak experience that was to change this man's life. He went home that night and danced some more. Freestyle disco dancing had always terrified him more than any other because there was no form to be memorized. It necessitated a spontaneity and a free feeling. Okay? So I'm going to stop there for now. I've said a lot. That is important for you guys to read. Really, guys, pick this book up. It is going to help you. If you really study it and you analyze it and you really go through, make highlights, right? These are the best highlighters, by the way. They're not these super like bright ones. These ones it's like fluorescent or whatever. These are the best. Anyway, when you read this stuff, it's going to break down a lot of the way that you think, and it's going to go, okay, you're going to start asking questions like, am I thinking properly? Again, so when you go back and take a look at yourself and you analyze your behavior, you're going to go, this ain't working for me anymore. That's usually when you ask that question, that's usually when we seek out help outwardly. That's what coaching's for. If you want coaching, it's down below. Again, there's a video in the beginning of this that talks about that. We can go over the entire letting go process. I actually want to put together a step-by-step course on this because instead of going through all the videos and, you know, you guys reading the books, I can just tell you what to do. I'll probably put that together this year, but guys, pick this stuff up. It will really help you. It's helped me. Study the book like you did in school. A lot of people pick these books up because I tell them to, and I'm like, hey, pick this book up and read it. And they're like, okay. And they go and read it. And I'm like, what did you learn? They're like, I don't know. So study it. Okay. Go through this and actually study it because they think, oh, if I listen to this book, I'm actually going to get this done. And then it's going to get my ex back. The work needs to be done. You need to do the work that's in here. Okay. And there's another book that I actually highly suggest you guys read. It's by the same author. It's called Transcending the Levels of Consciousness. That helps you go through from red to blue. Same author, same thing. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section down below. If you guys want coaching or whatever, you guys can go to my website, masculineenergy.net/coaching, and there's a little WhatsApp button in the bottom right corner. You guys can actually reach out to me and ask questions there. But normally, because I'm so busy, I'm just going to tell you to do coaching with me. I do a lot of coaching sessions. I do several per week. I don't like to do too many, right? But if you guys have any questions, let me know.